are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sports War. And we are back. We got the full crew in the house. That is what it's all about. The Yankees, out of any team in the league, are the best equipped to handle a blow like this.
I think there is a higher power at play here. He's due law of averages. That dude is the ultimate scrub. It's trash. Yeah. Every person you have in there is fucking trash.
Next game, you're going to see a big performance. You can see it in the end of the game, and I'm just totally stoked and excited for this.
And we are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sports Report. And once again, it is the Barnes and Tony Show. Anthony, how are you, my friend?
I'm doing great today, dude. Nice Thursday. Beautiful day out there, too. Like, just want to be outside. But excited to talk some sports with you here today. You're a little tired, Brian.
I'm actually not that tired, Tony. I was just telling you, I was tired before, but, when you have your homemade cold brew, your donut delight cold brew, and then you're on, maybe your second or third glass of water.
Right.
That is what it's all about. And I could talk about, we could have a whole show about hydration, Tony, but I swear to God, it is probably the number one most ignored thing in America. Everybody's like, water's so boring.
Yeah.
I don't like how water tastes. Oh, I'll go have 20 beers. I'm not having one glass of water.
Yeah. Oh my God.
No, that sounds like a good idea.
No, yeah, it's so stupid. And then, I don't know about you, but like even like as you get a little older too, it's like even more important to be hydrating.
No, exactly. And then it's like if I'm real thirsty, I never understand. People are like, oh yeah, I'll have a Pepsi.
No, thank you. Yeah.
Like you're still gonna be thirsty.
Yeah. Do you? Like, are we carrying around a water bottle during the day? Like, what's your intake like?
So I go, you've seen obviously my Yeti.
Right.
And I have my coffee there originally. And whenever I stop in the office or I'm in the office, I just continuously fill it up with our Crystal Rock.
Nice. Water cooler?
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, dude, you really can't beat a water cooler,
dude,
honestly.
So sick.
And I feel like you don't see them as much anymore.
You really don't. I guess specifically in the office settings. I guess like you see a lot of that like when it's just in the wall and you can dispense the water, as opposed to like an actual water cooler. But honestly, I've always wanted a water cooler like in my apartment.
Yeah.
Like, it'd be so sick.
And quoting Matt, hydration nation.
Yeah.
That's what he was always big on. The gallon of water in the sauna. That's what he was always known for.
When people walk around with that big jug, like it's pretty intense, dude.
It's intimidating.
Yeah. It's like, but like people like Matt, like they'll like fill up this one big jug and they have they just drink the one jug over the course of the day and it's all their water, which is fine. But it's just like, you're really gonna carry that around right now?
Yeah, and I'm all for that amount of water, but I definitely I feel like most people do, but like I really like it nice and cold. Like Luke, I don't know, gets a little murky.
Yeah, honestly, shout out to Yeti. I know you use it. I use Yeti as well. I've left my canteen of water in my car like overnight on a summer day.
Ice cold.
Nice. Yeah, next morning, still cold, dude. It's like ridiculous. And the bottle is hot.
Yeah.
But the inside water is cold still.
And you need that this time of year. Yesterday really felt like the hottest day of the year.
Yeah, I totally agree. And it was kind of like, I feel like this heat recently has been like heavy. It's been like muggy, humid. Oh, shoot me, Brian.
Yeah, it is a little tough. But so do you feel like though, like, out of all the people with the water, most people like not really like huge on it, or
in terms of hydrating?
We know Matthew. I'm sure Michael's big on it as well.
Yeah,
and
Michael.
I would guess Renee.
Yeah, they definitely. Yeah, Renee specifically. She's been getting a lot of the gallon jugs, like Poland Spring gallon jugs.
Yep.
Been seeing that, and Jay's big on hydration too.
Okay.
And he's he works from home,
right?
So it's just the filter from the fridge all day with him. So that's easy money there, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just I don't know. Yeah, like a lot of my friends, like, I guess maybe it's split, but a lot of soda. I don't know. Are you big on soda?
I think like soda's a treat for me. Like if I'm out to dinner or something, get a root beer.
Wouldn't you rather have a root beer float or a piece of cheesecake instead of a soda?
Oh, why you gotta like talk about that, dude? I mean,
No, I'm saying if you're gonna have one or the other, isn't it the cheesecake, the cookies, the cake over the soda? No, because you're saying it's like a treat. So I'm just saying,
well,
a cannoli.
I didn't mean treat like a dessert treat. I meant treat
but is
like
probably just as many calories or close to it. All the sugar in there.
I mean, I suppose so. I mean, obviously, a root beer float is probably worse for you than just the root beer,
right?
But you know, if I'm out, like I actually almost got a root beer float. Where the hell was I? Where we got ice cream instead? Oh, at fucking Walter's Hot Dogs.
Okay, and where is that again? I know we talked about it. Just tell me one more time.
Mamaroneck.
Oh, Mamaroneck. Mamaroneck.
Yeah, dude.
You really can't beat Westchester.
It's kind of ridiculous how nice it was, dude. And really, like, I mean, Playland was like 35, 40 minutes. Like, his drive was nothing, dude.
I just played golf yesterday in White Plains, and it was a 19-minute ride home.
Really? Oh, Stanford, right?
Yeah, right off the Merritt there. Maple Moore. Nice course. And I was, and it was so hot, by the way. And I'll be the first one to admit, this whole golf season, you know, I've done a terrible job with the suntan lotion, as we saw at the Horseshoe.
Oh yeah,
on Sunday. But I happened to find some at my house that I forgot that I had it in my drawer or whatever.
Right.
So I just stick it in the golf bag, applied it yesterday because I was sweating it off. So I hated that part, but I knew. You're so better off. But I know you're like this too because you sweat a lot as well. You must hate like the suntan lotion dripping off. Like it's so annoying, so uncomfortable.
It really is. And I don't like. I just don't. I don't unless I'm going to a beach.
Right.
I know I'm gonna be there all day. Like,
because then you go in the water and stuff. It sounds bad.
But I use suntan lotion.
Yeah.
Like, I don't use sunscreen unless I know I'm gonna be on a beach.
But do you burn easily?
I don't think so. I mean, again, like the only time I do burn is when I'm on the beach all day without sunscreen.
Okay.
So,
okay.
And I mean, I don't know. I'm sure I've burned like, you know, a little bit by just being out and no sunscreen. But I mean, it's nothing crazy.
But I also feel like there are these places that like you're not there often where if you did that, like you're done for. Like the Aruba or like Bermuda or something or Florida.
Oh, yeah.
Like in the summer. Like you're like, I'll just wing it today.
Yeah, that's
some poisoning,
dude. Yeah,
happened to me in Austin. It was cloudy. First time I was visiting Pooch, just laying out at the pool. There's a video I could show you. It was ridiculous. I might have showed you it a while ago, but it's like you think, oh, I can imagine someone that's sunburnt. Whole nother level.
Was it like can't move, bedridden type of deal?
No, well, you know me. I'm not.
Right.
Am I ever going to be bedridden?
I mean, possibly.
No, it hurt like crazy. I looked embarrassing, but I powered through, Tony.
That's crazy.
But yeah, what I was getting at though, so great round.
Water.
Yesterday, I let Maple Moore. I thought it was in a great. I thought it was in great shape, but I was playing with this random couple that was probably, I don't know, late 50s, early 60s. Very nice people. But the guy, like, it's like, and I'm not saying like he was bad or anything, but he just like kept saying like he's having the round of his life. This is what keeps him coming back, like kind of like lauding himself.
Okay.
And I don't know, that part was hilarious. It's like, all right. I mean, I'm not saying you're shooting 105, but you're also not shooting 70 either. Like,
what was he shooting? Like what you were shooting, 88-ish?
No, he was probably, I would say high 90s.
Okay.
And he's shooting from he's 1T in. I was playing 1T back. And then it was funny too, because I'm sure you can imagine I'm always like very big on like pace. Like I don't want to wait for people out there. He was even worse than me. You would have absolutely lost it. And I was getting him so riled up too.
Really?
He's like, yeah, this guy. I mean, he's just standing out there. What are they doing? They just huddling around each other's balls. Like it just like,
oh my God.
It was nuts. It was nuts.
That's so funny.
So,
but nice couple.
Nice couple. Yeah. They said they hope to see me again. I said,
do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're like, that's happened before. We've run into the same people twice, like out in the course. Because you play with. I mean, think about all the random people that I've played with over the years.
Right.
Like, you don't. Obviously, there's the occasional people that stand out.
Mm-hmm.
But it just that hasn't really happened to me before. But I guess it's definitely possible. You play the same mix of courses.
Exactly, dude. Same course, same time for same time period.
Yeah, absolutely. So, that was nice yesterday. It was hot, but towards the end of the night, perfect. I would say the last hour and a half from like 7 to 8:15, 8:30.
Oh
no, I'm saying temperature wise.
No, yeah, I don't think you're right. on that one.
Well, you weren't there, Tony. You were in Mamaroneck.
Yeah. I'm just saying, I stepped out of the studio last night.
Well, once again, you weren't in Mamaroneck.
I mean, basically, come on, dude. Is the weather much different?
No, I swear, though, it was so cool and refreshing. And I think that maybe it was different for you because you were, I don't know if you were inside most of the day or what, but just from being all humid all day and then the sun starts going down, you don't have it beaming down on you. I mean, it just felt completely different. You know?
Very true.
So probably a perception thing, I would say.
I was inside all day yesterday.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Didn't step out 1 second.
Well, no, I wouldn't say that. I mean, you know, we had the shoot, so it was some travel time, but you know, so outside for a hot second. But it was Norwalk, dude. Washington Street, whatever. Hot.
No cover.
Yeah, exactly. You're just walking around exposed. Oh.
Yeah. I don't know what made me think of this. Yeah, I'm kind of like just jumping all over the place here, but I was listening to Mad Dog yesterday, and I just was thinking of you because you would have just gotten so fired up for this. I don't know if you heard about this. There was something, I think this happened the other day. I think it was, you heard how like David Ross was complaining because the Brewers, like in the middle of the game, closed the roof because they were worried that it was going to rain. And then everyone's saying that Craig Counsell did that. So like the ball, I don't know, something with the balls going out or whatever.
I didn't hear this.
Yeah. And Dog was going nuts. And some guy called in defending the Brewers saying, listen, I mean, everyone's in attendance. You don't want to get the fans wet. You have a retractable roof. It takes 15 minutes. And the guy was claiming, I just don't think this is true. And actually, if you could look this up for me, he said that there's no air conditioning in Miller Park.
I find that.
Yeah, that seems erroneous. I don't know if the guy was just trying to get Doggy going.
I mean, that's so. I mean, that's kind of ridiculous. Like, it's kind of ridiculous. I mean,
how is that possible though? I mean, is it like it? I just in the summer, how could you not have air conditioning?
There's no air conditioning, but an air circulation system keeps the ballpark 30 degrees above the outside temperature when the roof is closed to keep fans warm on chilly nights.
But there's just no accounting for the summer. That's unbelievable.
What?
He was going nuts though. He's like calling the people cheap and like that's a terrible job. 20 years old, like going absolutely nuts.
Oh, Mad Dog?
Yeah,
dude.
I do agree with him though. That is a terrible job. So
wow, dude.
I don't know. And I guess what they were trying to say too, I guess I was thinking about it more with like wind and stuff, but I guess they were saying that he did that because it would be like real hot in there. I don't know, just make it like uncomfortable for the players, but like it's like, and they were trailing or something, but it's like, well, both teams have to play with it. So I don't know.
Yeah.
And then,
I mean, did it end up raining?
No, it didn't end up raining. And then he was trying to hold Dog accountable because he said he's been up Bill Parcells when him and Mike, did their show, that he was up his derriere, lauding him, admitted he thinks he's a Hall of Famer. But then said, well, anytime somebody was coming in to make a big kick, they would open some gate at the end of the old Giant Stadium that would like a wind tunnel.
Oh my God.
And then he was defending that, saying that, well, all their big playoff games were on the road.
Oh my goodness, dude.
But you would have loved it. You really can't beat the Dog Rats. And I feel like sometimes I don't even realize it, and I can't even give you a specific example, but I feel like I've listened to him so many times that sometimes I say things like how he says it, just not even purposely, just because like I've just heard it so many times.
I can
like,
see that.
Good job there. Good job there. The travel. What was the travel looking like?
Yeah, it's a bad job there. Bad job.
Bad job. But it's really
so
good stuff.
funny.
So I had to tell you that. But yeah, so
I still can't believe the AC thing. That is so mind-boggling. How do you have like some type of modern day stadium? I mean, I understand. I mean, I don't know what the degrees is in the summer, but I would imagine they still get up like to 85, 90 degrees, right? Like,
yeah. But you know what it is? I guess.
Are they cheaping out? You really think like that's
maybe? But I guess if you think about it this way, I mean, what about how the Twins have an outside stadium? I mean, the fall, beginning of the season,
brutal,
freezing.
Yeah.
And then also all the teams like, the Yankees, the Mets. I mean, they should have retractable
roof,
stadiums.
yeah,
I know we've talked about the indoor element. We want it to be fixed, but that would be awesome. But it would be also like, can you even like picture Citi Field with a dome?
No. It's weird. I feel like the way it's made, it's not like made to have a dome because the back is all open.
Yeah. So it is weird to think about that, but I don't think a stadium has ever had a roof added, right? A retractable roof added.
Not that I can think of.
Yeah, so we probably won't see that happen, but it just would be nice not to have rainouts.
I know, it would be sick, dude.
Because doesn't it seem like out of anywhere that like we have like more rainouts than anybody in New York?
Yeah.
So
I guess that may be like a circumstantial thing, but as of recently, it seems like we have.
Yeah, and then obviously the California teams like don't really have them. They don't even need to like go on a tarp.
They don't need to do anything.
So I just thought that was interesting, but a lot to get to. We're gonna start with in progress. We have round 1 of the John Deere Classic TPC Deere Run in Silvis, Illinois. Right now, atop the leaderboard, you have Grayson Sig and Seamus Power, both at 5 under par. Grayson's played 9 holes starting on the back. Seamus has played 7 starting on the back. So they are atop the leaderboard. And then you have 4 golfers tied at 3 under par. Bo Hostler, Harrison Endicott, Adam Shank, and Chris Kirk.
Your guy.
All at 3 under par. So crowded up top, plenty of guys still left to tee off. And I just wanted to see here. I was the Zach. I don't know. I was just checking out Zach Johnson. Oh, I think he's struggling. Plus 2 to start his day. Started on the back. Only played 6 holes so far. I'm just okay. So Nick Taylor was your sleeper, right?
Yeah, Nick Taylor, the Canadian,
has not teed off yet. And then who was your winner?
That's a good question, dude.
I'm gonna have the doc.
Damn it, dude. Who won last? Didn't he win? Oh no. The guy who plays for America, but he's from South Korea. Michael Kim.
Michael Kim.
Is that his name?
Yes,
that's him, dude. From went to California, dude. Won the John Deere Classic in like 2019.
143 hasn't teed off yet.
Okay, I'll take it.
Plenty of time left early on there, but like we said, I'm sure we'll see some low numbers today. Denny McCarthy, the pre-tournament favorite, he's 2 under through 6, also started on the back 9. Further down the list here, just to give you an idea of if we have anybody struggling, Zach Johnson is tied with Tommy Galney, Henrik Norlander, and Cameron Percy.
Wow.
All plus 2. A couple plus 1s mixed in, and then everybody even or better. So I would expect to see some low numbers here today, and we'll keep you posted. But I know, Tony, that you can't wait to watch this over the weekend.
Yeah, I'm going to try and get to some, dude. I think I can.
You're overdue. I mean, I'm trying to think. Did you even get any of the U.S. Open?
Very, very little.
And then nada. Like, talk about very little, just
Rocket Mortgage?
Since. No Rocket Mortgage, right?
No.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
little travelers,
hoping to see me.
Yeah. Didn't though.
Open.
Would anyone tell you were on TV?
No. But
whatever.
We tried.
What do you think you're shooting at the John Deere Classic? Right now through 6. What do you think you're at? How about that?
double.
Yeah.
Those tees are so far back, dude.
Holy
you know what I mean?
shit.
That's the difference you notice when you play a longer course. Like you play, a manageable one. Every time you're hitting pitching wedge in, gap wedge in, maybe 9-iron. But it's like for every approach shot that you have to hit a 200-yard shot. I mean, how accurate are you really going to be from 200 yards out?
Not very accurate.
Yeah. So that's what makes it tough. That's what makes them professionals, Tony. No,
that's true. Yeah, very
right. So we'll give you another leaderboard update before the end of the show, but we do have a lot to talk about in the world of Major League Baseball.
What a play! Stop it, Tony. Yep. And Alonso cracks one in the mix with the ball game. Out of sight.
And it works at 100 miles an hour, 14 strikeouts.
Drill deep to left field. There it goes. See ya.
All right. All right. So last night in the Bronx, we had a pitching matchup of Dean Kremer and Randy Vasquez. And both pitchers really holding the opposing offenses at bay. You had actually Randy Vasquez again, pitching 5 scoreless innings. I think he's allowed 1 run in his 3 starts this year. His ERA sits at 1.17. So another great job by him. His final line, 5 innings, 3 hits, no runs, 3 walks, 1 strikeout, and was removed after 75 pitches, which you would later see quite possibly, might have been a mistake. But just a quick pause here for a second, Tony. And I know I kind of mentioned this to you before he was called up again here. With Randy Vasquez, his AAA ERA is over 5, but this is the 3rd consecutive start. There's only 3 major league starts. He's been almost like lights out every time.
Wow.
Does that remind you of anybody? Have you seen anything like this? Is there any explanation as to why he seems to succeed on the bigger stage, but goes to AAA and is kind of mediocre?
I don't know, man. I guess that's a really good question. I don't know. It definitely doesn't remind me of anyone. I don't think I've ever seen or heard that before. Normally, as we see a lot of times, it's the opposite, really. Like you do watch boy, you get brought up, but then obviously the jump is too much for you. So I don't know. Maybe if it's just the fact that I don't know. Were his other starts in Yankee Stadium too, or
all in Yankee Stadium?
Okay,
and I'll read you his line. So May 26, 4 2/3, 4 hits, 2 runs, 3 walks, 6 strikeouts. June 8th, 5 2/3, 2 hits, no runs, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts, and then last night 5 innings, 3 hits, no runs, 3 walks, 1 strikeout.
So he hasn't pitched in the minors in between these starts.
No, he has. His ERA is over 5.
And he's gotten popped even in between these major league starts.
Yeah, maybe not pop, but maybe 5.40 ERA, 4.50, not each.
Yeah. So it's not even like he was doing piss poor before he got brought up, and now he's kind of smoothed it out. It's still like he's
when he goes down to the minors,
still bad. Like it's still just not good.
But we could go specifics.
Let's go specifics, Brian.
But also, and we do have Carlos Rodon making his Yankee debut tomorrow. Very exciting.
Sick.
So there wouldn't, he would have to be sent down anyway. But do you think, after each of those starts, he's been sent back down? Obviously, you get another arm up there. But do you think that they are? I know there's not necessarily an open spot, but do you think that they're making a mistake by not just keeping him up there when he's having success?
That's a good question. I mean, it's kind of tough though. I mean, what are you gonna do? Not bring in Rodon? Like,
no, but I guess I was more
someone else.
I was more just thinking about Herman just pitched a perfect game, but I guess Clark. But I know he's pitched better recently.
Right.
Not great results last time. That would really be the only other guy. Mm-hmm. So in a way, you're kind of without saying, we're going back to the nonverbal cues here, Tony. You're saying they don't have a choice.
They don't have a choice. That's what I'm saying, dude.
And okay, let's just see here for a second. So July 5th. All right. So I'll give you his last 3 minor league starts here.
Mm-hmm.
2 2/3, 7 hits, 6 earned runs. 5 1/3, 3 hits, no earned runs, and then 6 1/3, 4 hits, 2 earned runs. So I guess
kind of
there is some improvement there.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe because of that, the reason why I was just doing so well is just as simple as rising to the occasion, playing in Yankee Stadium, like probably a lot of adrenaline, increased focus. And I would imagine too, I mean, like I was saying, like rising to this occasion of having the pressure of like, hey man, this is my shot. I gotta do the best I can. And
I don't know how many I'm gonna get.
Yeah.
I want to make an impression, that type of thing.
And it is, I mean, it's sad to see I don't want to use the word wasted talent, but doing flying here. Obviously setting him back down in the minors while he's doing so well. I mean, it's tough to see that, dude. You kind of want to reward the guy for his increased level of play. But like we were saying, what can you do? I guess like you said, Schmidt maybe, but
Try to trade Schmidt while his value is decent.
Sure.
I think that makes
there's
a lot of
teams out
sense.
there, yeah.
And then you could put that as part of a package to acquire
Right.
a bat. A lot of rumblings about Bellinger.
Really,
I feel like
dude.
I'm warming on it slightly.
Now you're warming on it?
But I just feel like it's too similar to like Benintendi. Like, I don't know. I'm not like,
I mean, I wanted the Mets to look at him.
Bellinger.
Yeah.
So you honestly think, but like, I guess I know it's not all about home runs. I think his average is like 270, almost 280, which is very good this day and age. But I'm concerned that he only has 7 home runs. Like, I know the short porch that'll make it easier, but
Right.
everyone does always say the comfy confines of Wrigley Field, Tony, right? I mean, it's not that hard to hit a home run there.
Right. I mean, do you think though, like if he comes to New York market, like his play goes down? Or you think
No, I'm just saying, I don't know,
just
7
want
home
more
runs
home
and
runs.
280. I mean, I almost would rather just use somebody in the minor leagues at that point.
I guess.
But if he's gonna go on some power surge, like in driving runs and stuff, yeah, I'm all in favor of it. I just was, especially because I was scared off because of the last couple of years,
Yeah, it is really tough. Again, I mean, you're looking at a guy who, running for the MVP, and then all of a sudden is just nowhere to be found. It certainly raises the question, but I mean, dude, I don't know. He's still only 27. Oh, his birthday's coming up.
OPS is 796. On base at 340.
Dude, 284 is a great average.
But what about
I know 7 home runs and 25 RBIs seems like even the RBIs are kind of low.
Right. I mean, I know the Cubs, I guess, aren't scoring a ton of runs, but
that's true. 10 stolen bases. That's kind of nice that you're able to send him a little bit.
Yeah, but he'll come to the Yankees and have 2 steals in 45 games.
Well, they should send him more often, I guess. I don't know, man. Again, if I'm the Mets, I would welcome him.
What if you're the Yankees?
I would still welcome him.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, dude.
Clark, would you do Clark straight up for him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Kind of makes sense. So,
yeah.
Because you could have Vasquez fill in, and then supposedly end of August, early September, Montas should be making his return.
Really?
Yeah. You have Beater. I think he just got promoted to AAA, or he's going to be top pitching prospect. So you do have options.
Right.
Vasquez, like I said, has held his own. So that would be interesting. I think you want to bring in some different offense for sure.
Yeah.
So back to this game. We'll fast forward. Like I said, Randy pitched a great 5 shutout innings. Bottom 5th, Josh Donaldson, homer to right center.
I saw that.
402 feet. That got the Yankees on the board 1-0. LeMahieu lined out. IKF singled, and it seems like he's been on fire lately. It seems like every game he's making some type of impact, whether it's on the mound, Tony, or in the field.
Yeah,
or,
people love that.
At the plate. And then Volpe grounds into a fielder's choice. They get the lead runner, IKF, out at second. But then there was a throwing error to try to get the double play. So then Volpe goes to second, and Kyle Higashioka singles Volpe home, but he tries to get it, stretch it to a double, gets thrown out. End of the inning, 2-0 Yankees. Nick Ramirez comes in with some lefties due up. He gets O'Hearn to ground out, but then gives up a double to Cedric Mullins. Aaron Hicks hits like a weird, like a kind of a rope to third. Donaldson tries to make some ridiculous play and then get up to tag the third base and drops the ball. So you got first and third, 1 out. And then Cowser singles to right, scoring Mullins, advancing Hicks to third. Michael King comes in.
Let's go.
And Jake Bowers tries to be Superman, all out diving for a ball in left field. Turns into a Jordan Westbrook triple to score Aaron Hicks. And also Cowser. So then Baltimore takes the lead. Adam Frazier hits a grounder to short, which scores Westbrook, Westberg to make it 4-2. And then they get the final 2 outs of the inning on a Henderson ground out and a Rutschman strikeout, looking But you went into the top of the 6 up 2-0. You left down 4-2. And unfortunately, you wouldn't be able to make that back. You go down 1-2-3 in the 6th. Rizzo striking out. Rizzo, I've never seen him so lost in his life. I think it's May 21st was his last home run. Gleyber Torres grounds out, and then Stanton strikes out. Santander flies out to center. O'Hearn strikes out. Mullins doubles. And then advances the 3rd on a pass ball, but then they get Hicks to line out onto the bottom of the 7th. No offense again. Bowers fly out. Donaldson strike out looking. LeMahieu walks, but then IKF strikes out swing. King back in. Leadoff walk to Cowser. Westbrook pops out. Frazier flies out. Henderson flies out. So then we go bottom of the 8th. Yunier Cano has not allowed a home run all season. Gives one up to Anthony Volpe, the inside-out swing.
Love that.
To right, 343 feet. Getting the crowd to its feet. And then they go McKinney for Higashioka. He reaches on an infield single, but then Rizzo flies out, just misses a home run. Torres pops out. They go Felix Bautista. And like it has been for the opposing team, anytime Felix Bautista comes into a game, it's typically over. He gets Stanton to line out to center. That was the one I said, off the bat, he tried to make it seem like it was almost gone. Wasn't even close. And then Ian Hamilton, after a leadoff double to Rutschman, gets Santander to ground out, but then gives up a 2-run homer to O'Hearn. And that was pretty much all we had. Bowers struck out. Donaldson walked. And then LeMahieu flied out and Connor for left for strikeout swing. And it's unbelievable over the past, I don't know, I guess year and a half, how Felix Bautista has gone from a guy that no one had ever heard of to by far the best closer in baseball. He's throwing 102 miles an hour.
Came out of nowhere.
Impeccable control, and no one can catch up to that fastball.
Was that fastball always that fast?
I mean, we had to go Fangraphs at this point.
Let's do it. I know, right? 2013, he came in Miami.
I didn't realize Renee. I didn't realize last year was his rookie season.
Yeah, I didn't know either. Dude.
And how about this year? 81 strikeouts in 40 innings.
It's kind of ridiculous, dude.
I mean, that's like, I'm trying to think of it. That's like Billy Wagner, maybe back in the day.
Billy Wagner.
What do we got here, Renee?
A muffin?
Made. I just forgot your bananas.
Banana?
Yeah.
Freshly made.
Sorry, dude.
Oven.
No one cares about me.
Bread with some chocolate chips in
It's
there.
fine.
Appreciate it, Renee. I know this is going to be outstanding.
Dude.
Sony, you're really allergic to bananas?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what to do. Can't have them.
Wait, do we have a velocity check?
Sorry,
Unbelievable, by the way, Renee.
Yeah.
homemade,
Very
you say?
good. Yeah.
I had ripe bananas. 4 of them, so I had to make them.
I mean, last year still says 99.2.
All right, so it's the same thing.
Yeah, it seems like it's been kind of consistent.
But there was talk at one point, maybe he'd be available at the trade deadline last year, and then he just turned into the best closer, and then you pair him with Cano. I mean, I guess it's like eventually he's going to falter, but also
Jeez, dude.
you just, it's a tough. They were talking about on the broadcast last night. Thanks, Renee.
He throws a sinker at 99.
But it's like you almost want to wait back and hope he walks you, but then also there's probably so little opportunity to get one over the middle of the plate that you almost have to somewhat be aggressive.
Yeah, no, honestly. Michael, by the way, says, told you Rizzo was cheeks. Well,
he's not cheeks. Right now,
it looks like you're enjoying that muffin right now.
Well, Rizzo's not giving me anything to enjoy right now, so I gotta enjoy something.
Dude, it's kind of funny that since Michael's been really said that he doesn't like Rizzo, he really hasn't been doing well, dude.
Yeah, I don't believe in jinxes, though, so I'm not gonna continue that. But I do want to.
Well, I don't think it's jinx. I just think Michael maybe.
I want you to get
right.
creative, Tony. I don't want to hear the pressing, the judge out, the Stanton struggling. I want you to give me a good reason why Anthony Rizzo. I think it's the longest homerless streak of his career.
Really?
He's hitting like under 200. The past month plus.
Right.
Give me a legit reason why this is going on.
Honestly, I don't know. I just feel like when you look at his career as a whole, too. I mean, even with Chicago. I mean, when he left Chicago, his past few years.
Renee, you're thinking about Dancing with the Stars? Trying out?
Wow, Dancing with the Stars.
Brian.
Yeah,
I feel like you'd
Brian.
enjoy that. No,
That was quick.
would you enjoy it?
I used to watch it.
But I'm saying if you were a contestant.
Oh, of course. He's so good.
That show got old like pretty quick, dude. That show was kind of like ridiculous.
Yeah, it went on a little too long.
I remember when Stacy Keibler was involved. I don't know if you know Stacy Keibler's.
Like Keebler cookies?
No, like Stacy Keibler. Like
Tell me Keebler cookies aren't good, though.
Keibler cookie. I mean, it depends on which cookie
The
you're
peanut
getting,
butter
I
ones?
suppose.
Like the chocolate fudge peanut butter?
I don't think I've ever had those.
Like the kind of like a bunny shaped, for lack of a better reference. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Can you look it up? Keebler fudge peanut butter cookies.
Keibler fudge.
No, but not the stripe.
Yeah, not the stripes. The fudge stripe cookies are phenomenal,
Yeah, those are obviously.
dude.
I think it's Elf Fudge. I think
These
that's
guys
what it
right
is.
here?
Yeah.
Oh, it's the elf.
Yes, and yes.
Oh wow, dude. No,
You've
I
had
have not.
those?
No, never had. Never
Wow.
had.
Tell me that you've had Nutter Butters.
No, dude, of course I've had Nutter Butters.
Now-
One of my favorite cookies.
I hope you answer this question right. The actual cookie or like the flaky, like you know how there's two
Oh,
different
the wafer
types?
one? Yeah, I've had
Yes.
both.
Which one's
Yeah.
better?
Oh, the cookie. The
Which one's
cookie.
better?
The cookie is
Which
better.
one is better,
The
Tony?
cookie, Brian. And I like the cookie that's the peanut shaped. You know, because they have the regular circle cookies too, but the actual peanut shaped.
I can't believe
No,
you don't
no,
like
honestly,
the
I
wafer.
can't
believe you're
No, no,
disrespecting.
I didn't say I didn't like the wafer, but the cookie is better than the wafer. Come on, dude. You don't,
I
stop
can't get behind
dude.
it.
Stop
I
it.
can't get behind
That's
it.
ridiculous.
Wow.
Wow, I can't believe that, dude.
Yeah,
That's
me
too
either.
bad.
Me either. What were you gonna say?
I'll have to try those other ones. So Vienna fingers.
Yes, but you know what the problem is? You can't
What?
put them. I mean, I guess that's like anything good. You can't put them down.
You
can't
can't.
fingers, and then
Yeah.
you're the next day, like, your stomach hurts and stuff. The whole
dude, it's
package.
so
I
bad.
mean,
Yeah,
we've
it's
all had
ridiculous.
the whole
Yeah,
package
yeah.
at one point.
I know.
So it's good to keep those things away.
Yes.
For sure.
But Anthony Rizzo, I mean, I don't know, dude. Like I was saying, like back when he was in the Cubs, I mean, he had the one good year, you know, like when they were making a World Series push. But then other than that, I mean,
You're saying that he always has a big slump,
yeah.
but it's never been this bad.
Has it?
I mean,
Really?
longest homerless streak of his career. I think that's
It
pretty bad.
actually is.
Yeah.
Because I just feel like I don't know, dude. Again, his last years with Chicago like wasn't good.
Yeah, but you're maybe the COVID year, but other than that, he was fine.
COVID year was 2020.
Garbage.
Trash. Year before that in 2019, yeah, batting average 293.
He's fine. Like in the
It was,
combined
like,
year with the
flip-flopping a
Yankees,
little bit.
good.
Yeah, 32.
But last year he did
109
hit
in
224, but he
2017.
had 32 home runs. You know, he's slugging 412. Tony,
Yeah, it's kind of bad now.
Kind of?
actually. Yeah,
I mean,
pretty bad. Strikeout rate seems to be the highest in his career. Well, actually, no, I guess early on with Chicago it was pretty high. I guess I don't know.
no,
Maybe-
that's pretty high because you know what I mean. You
No, I'm
double
saying-
that's 154.
no, yeah. I mean, look at like, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's
Yeah,
like,
it is the highest of his career.
Yeah.
So he's striking out. So he's the plate discipline.
Yeah,
that's
it's not there,
the
dude.
unique answer you're gonna give me. Plate discipline.
yeah, lacking of the plate discipline.
Michael going with a quote.
He says, "I've never seen him so lost." Brian Barnaby, using your own words against you, dude.
No, it's not really against me because it's true.
No, he's against you though.
No,
Like Michael, in this sense, is against you.
the thing I would say is, you know, I think it's a two-sided thing. I think he takes pride in the fact that he's saying he called that Rizzo's cheeks.
Of course.
But at the same time, you know, he does want the Yankees to do well. So he would welcome Rizzo not being
I don't
cheeks.
think he does though.
Yes, he
I
does.
think he wants to see the failure
No, he doesn't.
across all sports. Yeah, I think he wants.
No,
to
because
see
he
failure,
says
dude.
it every time he walks in. If the Yankees are going through a tough stretch, he looks at me, the body language. He doesn't like to see me down and out.
No, he doesn't see you down and out.
Yeah. So, therefore,
I don't know, dude. So play discipline. I think that's pretty simple, right? Let's get him a nice, hitting coach, and maybe let's see some different pitches, dude. Michael says he's lost. He's gone. The Yankees are sad. Stanton is pathetic. He needs to step up as a Pippin to Judge Jordan. And then he says, I want the Yankees to dominate.
I mean, listen, Michael. I mean, I
5
think,
straight World Series.
I mean, that would be
with Judge at the
amazing.
forefront.
Obviously, we're waiting for Judge to come back, but
Right.
it's just one thing at a time.
Mhm.
And I will chalk up last night. You had two guys that have been seemingly lights out all season in Nick Ramirez and Ian Hamilton. Both kind of give up some runs last night. The Bowers play, I mean, that ends up costing you a couple of runs. That's really the whole game, that happening. So I think it was stuff now, and I know 3 runs. That's against an Orioles team, especially. You need runs late, and Felix Bautista's in the game. You can't count on that you're going to score.
Yeah.
So I think we could just chalk it up to some things that aren't normally going to happening. But
win the series.
That's what I'm saying. You have to win the series tonight.
Yeah.
I said it. I thought it would be tough to even win 2 games. We won the first 2. So this is just these are the swing moments, Tony. You know what I mean? Right now, where it's like, just do your job tonight.
Right.
You have a nice series with the Cubs. You get a close look at Bellinger, see, how comfortable he is in the box.
In
And then
Yankee
also,
Stadium?
Yeah, in Yankee Stadium. It's very exciting. Rodon making his Yankee debut tomorrow. I mean, you've been waiting for that for a while. So I think, you're right here. You had a nice 2 wins before that. Volpe, I'm really excited about Volpe. You could tell, it's just he was going through his stuff, but I think he's good now. And what's Lonnie saying?
Oh, yeah, coming from Lonnie here. He goes, hashtag rep the company. Rizzo hasn't been the same since Tatis smashed into his head. Michael says, so true at Lonnie.
I just feel like, though, if he was, I get it, because that is the moment, Lonnie, where it changed, and we always appreciate your insight. But I feel like if he was that injured, he would just not be playing. So it's like, I feel like it has to be more than that.
Yeah, it has to be. Because, I mean, you can easily just have, like, DJ at first or something and let him rest and get healthy.
Have you seen DJ out there recently?
Did he make any mistakes in the field last night?
No,
he was playing second last night, right?
No, not in the field. I'm just at the plate. Tony,
terrible.
in the 220s. And I know Lonnie, without even asking him, knows that LeMahieu, unfortunately, is completely cooked, because go back a couple of years, we've talked about this before. I mean, he was like our most important player. Runners in scoring position, 2 outs. You can count on DJ hitting 390 with runners in scoring position. And it's just like nowhere close to that. Every time it's a foul ball, a ground out, a strikeout, and just, not coming up clutch. And Michael kind of backpedaling a little bit. Like, I feel like that's a compliment, saying he's old school, wants to play and help the team.
Yes,
right?
Definitely compliment. And
Maybe get Greg Bird. Like, sometimes he does like to go back and forth, Michael.
He does.
With this stuff. Like, he's chuckling,
playing the devil's advocate, as they say.
Playing the devil's advocate. But like I said, let's just take care of business tonight. And I didn't even look it up, but I remember from yesterday, I believe I know Severino's pitching. Is it Kremer Hickok, Tony?
I would imagine so, right? I can double check for you right now.
And of course it's tough. Severino's ERA is over 6 this year.
Bradish.
Oh, it is
Kyle
right,
Bradish.
Bradish. So Bradish, a guy that's hittable, I believe. Could you go to Bradish's game log? I know he pitched against us once this year. I was just curious what the numbers were. Let's see what we got here. Yankees, they're right there.
5 innings,
4 earned runs. Is that the only start?
I guess the Yankees seems like
So we hit him last time. Obviously, Judge was in the lineup for that one, but I feel good about that. But Lonnie, if you're out there, bud, we know he's out there. I just want to know, Sevy and LeMahieu, both cooked, one cooked, Sevy back, LeMahieu done. Give me something. Kind of interested. What do you think he's going to say, honestly? Knowing Lonnie like you do, Tony.
Oh, I don't know, dude. I think he's going to be pretty positive about it.
Both of them.
Both.
I mean, how do you be positive about LeMahieu, though? I mean, it's
know.
been a little bit, and like it's only gotten worse. It started like, he's just a little below what he's, and then it's like gotten worse and worse and worse.
I mean, I wish I could have an answer for you on that one. But
would you want LeMahieu on your team
right now?
Yeah. Vogelback.
I mean, sure.
But
Straight
the
up?
fact that
You want him?
thinking about
you want straight up Vogelback?
No, I don't. But I'm saying
No,
the
that's
fact
what
that
you're
you
saying,
even
though.
have to.
'Cause I'll do it.
Come on, Tony. Come on.
Oh,
come on.
nice job, Renee. Can I say that for a second?
Don't touch the bottom.
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
remote,
wow.
dude.
Renee coming up clutch. The sauna being turned off. Air condition being turned on.
So crazy.
What do we got? Do we hear something, Tony? Something in the works?
I heard a beep. It's on.
It's on.
Oh, I hear it, dude.
All right, let's go.
Got AC in the building.
Michael
dude.
calling for the Lonnie call in. Obviously, if Lonnie's
Yeah.
able to, we'd love that.
He also says,
interesting.
"Hey, at least we aren't in Flushing," which is kind of ridiculous, to really bring that in here. But
Yeah,
that's okay.
I guess it's a good segue because we'll talk about Severino Bradish in a second.
Honestly,
Maybe Lonnie will
talk
call
about,
in the
fucking
meantime.
losers today.
But the Mets, Tony, from the jaws of defeat last night,
Oh yeah,
able to pull it out against the Diamondbacks. How did we get there?
Pretty crazy how we got there last night. So the Mets remain perfect in July, 4th win in a row here. And I want to say this is probably their best win all year, honestly, just in terms of resiliency, coming from behind, a very, very intense pitcher's duel. Again, something we haven't seen often from the Mets this season. And I mean, as you can see from the lower third here, the Mets win this one 2-1. So obviously very low scoring. I mentioned the pitcher's duel. On the mound last night, you had Kadai Senga. His final line last night, for the first time in his career, goes 8 innings, gives up only 4 hits, 1 earned run off a solo home run, only 1 walk too, which I remember the last time he had only 1 walk in an outing. 12 Ks, tying his career high in strikeouts. I mentioned, giving up that 1 solo shot through 107 pitches. 72 of those pitches were for strikes there. So super impressive outing for Kadai Senga. And, obviously, watching some of, even just like his highlight reel from last night, he had so many batters, so many Diamondbacks go down looking on strikes. It was really impressive. He was just absolutely, it just seemed like that no one in the Diamondbacks lineup really knew what pitch to expect. It seemed like whenever they were sitting forkball, it was a fastball. Whenever they thought fastball, it was just a forkball that was so out of the zone and they were so ahead of it. Ridiculous. Not to mention his fastball was hitting 99 a couple times.
Wow.
Obviously, it's not like something that consistently throws. It's really more 95, 96 consistently. But I guess just to know that if he really gets behind it, he can hit 99 on the gun. I mean, again, batters were going down looking at fastballs, and he was locating that fastball. It was really impressive to see him working in his fastball with his forkball. Because, like I was saying before, his previous outs, I think he was coming off of I think his past 2 outings were losses. Obviously getting banged up, struggling with command, giving up a lot of walks, giving up a lot of hits, not going deep into games. This is the deepest he's gotten into a game. Before that, he had 1 outing where he went 7 innings. But again, just total dominant performance. And then just recap some of the scoring here, which obviously, like I said, wasn't a lot. But the Diamondbacks do strike first. I think it was the 5th inning. No, sorry, it's bottom of the 7th. Was Walker gets his 2nd home run in 2 games. He's been hitting so well against the Mets. I got a home run over Scherzer yesterday. Homers off of Senga last night. A cutter that was middle but a little high. But he just takes that yard, to left center field. 434 feet.
That's why Renee's the best, though. I'm just saying.
Dude.
We talked about hydration. We spent 5 minutes, Renee, talking about hydration. And I was
Longer
actually,
than that,
not
probably.
to interrupt here, but
No,
I
that's
just figured it's while she's filling up the water. We were just talking about the importance of hydration, how everybody ignores it, and how America, Tony, let's get that done, America, would be better off if they were hydrated. Let's get that done, America. Right?
Yeah.
What would you
Totally
say?
right.
More than 50% of the nation dehydrated or no?
I mean, that's a pretty crazy. I mean, dehydrated. Yeah, let's go dehydrated. Yeah,
Right?
definitely,
Because,
probably.
I had a glass of water at 12.
Yeah. And it's how many drinks out there? Everyone starts their day with a cup of coffee. I would say most people do.
Right. So that's
Coffee
dehydrating.
dehydrates you.
Right.
People drink a lot of alcohol.
You gotta have it's more
Thanks, Renee.
hydrating than water.
What?
Watermelon.
Watermelon. I do like watermelon. Tony?
I do like watermelon as well. Does that taste that water?
Haven't had it really all summer, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah, normally it's a big summer snack.
Have you guys had it much this summer?
Yeah, we had it yesterday, 2 days ago.
Okay.
Renee
Cut it up.
Yeah, Renee had bought a
They
watermelon. Cut it up.
they dock you a couple extra bucks for the pre-sliced.
Really?
No, I'm saying like you never got like pre-sliced and it's like
No.
$9. You get a fucking 3-pound watermelon for like $5.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, it's funny because I think I have a watermelon at my place that still hasn't been cut. It's just like,
It's probably rotten at this point.
yeah, maybe not.
Jay would still eat it though.
Surprised Jay hasn't eaten it.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
would think,
Anyway,
the Mets, Senga 99, pitchers duel. Hydration. Were they hydrating? Was Senga hydrated?
it seems like it, dude. He did not seem much like there was much fatigue on the mound there. So I'm sure he was definitely hydrating. Perhaps watermelon during the game too, in between innings in the dugout, dude. I'm sure. It's definitely around there. But as I mentioned, with the Walker home run, I mentioned he's been hitting pretty well, specifically against the Mets this series. Makes it a 1-0 game, and the Mets obviously at this point didn't score any runs, has left runners on in scoring position. I think they were 0 for 5 in the game. Looked like they were going to be wasting a great start from Senga in a really tough loss that they weren't able to get offense. So we fast forward now to the top of the 9th, dude. It's do or die. It's 2 outs. It's a 2-2 count. Francisco Alvarez at the plate here. Mets down to their very last strike. And what does Alvarez do? He rises to this occasion. It's his 15th home run of the season. Sinker, blown away, fishes for it, absolutely cranks it to right field. And it was just so great to see how excited Francisco Alvarez was. I mean, it was just so classic. Like, he was kind of jogging to first. He's watching it. He's like, could go out. It was kind of close. The right fielder, he's making a play, goes to jump for it, misses, goes out. Alvarez goes crazy, jumping up and down at first base, looking at the dugout. Everyone's riled, ties the game up. It was just a great moment for Alvarez, who, was a hero of many games this season, including 2 nights ago against the Diamondbacks, So he's someone who's just jump-started so much offense, setting records as a rookie catcher. Like I said, 15 home runs here. It's just great. It's so phenomenal to see Alvarez, play so well and be such a difference maker for this team. It seems like, his relationship with the other players, clubhouse attitude, he's just a great catcher,
And there's just nothing better when you have a guy that's hyped up coming to the minor leagues and it's just instant impact.
Yeah.
You're so excited. You have all those thoughts in your head.
Yeah.
What's he going to be? We can have him for a long time. It's just so much fun to look forward to that.
It really is, dude. And he has his points of struggling and everything like that. But I mean, it's plays like this from a rookie that just give you so much hope. And it's like, all right, well, the things that he lacks in his game, like he's working at, it'll come around eventually, right. Again, like in a high pressure situation, he's performing. And I think that it goes leaps and bounds to say what his career is going to look like. So that was great, tying the game up. And then obviously at that point, the bats, I guess, just for some reason came alive, called a jump start from Alvarez. But after his home run, you get that nice home runs, tough at bat, I think Chafin walks Nimmo next. Yeah. No. Beatty singles next. Again, like Alvarez, Beatty having another young player come up in a big spot. He goes down on 2 strikes early. He looks at a slider for a strike, swings at another slider low in the zone. Chafin gives him a third slider, and he's able to make an adjustment. Beatty sitting slider hits one right into center field. Nice bloop that drops early. Base hit. Kana comes up. First pitch sinker. Swings at it. It goes deep center field, over the center fielder's head, bounces off the wall. Triple for him. Brings in Beatty, and they're up 2-1. After that, unfortunately, there's a Nimmo walk, so you get runners in the corners. But there was 2 outs here. These were all 2-out scores. Pham grounds out after that to end the inning, but the damage is already done. Mets take the lead. David Robertson comes in for the save. Fly out, ground out. Walker who, again, like talk about a big spot for Robertson. Walker's been killing Mets pitchers this series. 7-pitch at bat gets him to strike out swing on a knuckle curve that was out of the zone, mind you, too. Ends the game. You absolutely love to see that again. Like, I mean, just such a gutsy win from the Mets. Again, I'm just trying to think back in terms of like wins that were like coming back from the ninth. I mean, I don't think it's happened, especially after like, again, the formula of having a pitcher go so deep into a game, pitching so well, it hasn't happened. And then Robertson coming in, getting his 13th save of the year too. I mean, it was just great, dude. I think it's, obviously there's a lot of work to be done for the Mets. But a lot of people are talking about like, oh, like if the Mets were to go on a run, it would have to be something where, where the Braves did, where they came back from the All-Star break and went on an absolute tear. I mean, this is kind of, we're reaching the All-Star break. The Mets seem to be kind of really humming a little bit. I think a strong outing from Senga. I understand people are like, oh, Diamondbacks are a good team.
Right.
They're 13 games, about 500.
Right.
Like they have great pitchers and
better
then,
record than the Dodgers.
Yeah. Like it's kind of ridiculous how good they've been. And like their Perdomo has been batting really well. We mentioned Walker too, Gurriel Jr. even.
Marte, probably not doing that great, but they have him.
No, he pinched hit last night. But his average is 284 in the season, so not bad. They have some good youth in their center fielders. Christian Carroll, their left fielder, batting 290.
Or Corbin
Carroll. Yeah, sorry.
Early front runner for National League Rookie of the Year.
Yeah. Right? Kind of ridiculous.
Senga could snag it from him though.
Yeah, I guess so.
Strong second half.
Yeah.
No hitter.
We'll see. I mean, dude, he's gonna need it, honestly. But again, like 8 innings for him. It was unbelievable. It was great to see.
Dare we say never say never? Not with Senga, but with the Mets.
Yeah. I mean, never say never. Again, like it's something that is written there. And you can see, I mean, it's going to be tough, dude. You need other guys to step up. It can't just be Alvarez all the time. It can't be just your young guys.
Right.
You need better at-bats from Pete Alonso. You need better at-bats from Lindor. It's tough, dude. Jeff McNeil sucks right now. I think he was 0 for 2 with runners in scoring position last night. Making a couple flubs this series against the Diamondbacks at second base, too. Just a couple ground balls, just not being able to
trade him.
I mean, granted, hard hit balls, but like
head's not it.
Hits his glove, trickles out.
Mentally checked out.
I think so, dude. And of course, like I mentioned it before, too. I mean, I don't want to say his attitude, but the man has a body language of an 8-year-old sometimes, where it's just so visibly, and I get it. Like you're frustrated, I guess, show you care, I guess, but it's just like,
you're over it.
Sometimes it doesn't help when you're just fucking having a little hissy fit,
It's a little embarrassing.
It is a little embarrassing. Like, just do better, And again, if someone, batting title last year, like, what are we doing now? You're not batting well. And it's not even like you have some numbers that makes like, oh, like high average, but he's been hitting for power. Oh, like he doesn't hit for power, but he brings a lot of runs in clutch settings. He doesn't. Like he's just not like in any asset of hitting, he's just not doing well. And then to boot, fielding errors. So it's looking like a trade, It's interesting because it's like the Mets are in that weird position where it's like, all right, it looks like this is what the team can look like. Like
but
gutsy 2-1 wins, but it's just it's not.
What's going to happen today?
What's going to happen today? And then it's like if you continue this, like if you go on a hot streak, it's like all right, now you got to like, open your books and make some moves to like really be like, all right, we can do this.
Tough decisions to be made.
It is
day by day.
I know, but again, you got to be happy with the 4-game win streak. They're looking like a good team. So.
Are you continuing your not touching it today tradition for the pigs?
I mean, I think I kind of have to.
He's baited back in.
Carlos Carrasco on the mound. Like, what are you thinking at this point?
Yeah.
And it was nice, dude. I mean, again, like Diamondbacks. I know the pitcher from last night was like escaping me.
Martin.
Henry
Martin.
Tommy Henry. 5-1 in the season, young dude, 25 years old, 3.75 ERA. And he pitched a gem for him. 6 innings, no earned runs.
Yeah.
Like that. Like it's pretty crazy how good Diamondbacks are.
I know. And no one saw it coming.
Really, no one.
Yeah.
So yeah, great win for the Mets. But like we were saying, let's do it again tonight. You got Carrasco on the mound. You're a little worried about that for sure.
Offense time to step up. Only 2 runs last night.
I mean, it has to be, you know.
Yeah.
And it's like, again, like I mentioned, 2 names. You want to look towards Alonso. You want to look towards Lindor.
Yeah.
You know, Lindor had some tough at bats. It seemed like, again, he had some hard hit ground balls. And like I don't know, maybe if the speed is dampening a little bit, but like, you know, he gets thrown out. It was like, you know, a hard hit to short. A little bobble. The guy takes his time, gets to throw off quick, but it's just like Lindor. I feel like you should be beating these out. Like I want to see some infield singles
So
from
you
you.
think
know?
he's pulling a Robinson Cano?
I hope not, dude.
Or maybe he's just not as fast as he used to be.
I mean, that's quite possible. Again, like obviously, you know, Diamondbacks are a great defensive team.
Mm-hmm.
But still, it's like, dude, it happened twice. I'm like, oh,
Here we go.
like come on, like Lindor. It's what are we doing?
Yeah.
Like you'll slow out of the box. Like let's go.
So
I mean, again, like you want a big win tonight. Carrasco, you want to assume gives up some runs. Offense. I mean, like Lindor and Alonso. Let's hit some dingers tonight. Let's hit some dingers with runners on. So it's like Brandon Nimmo get on base. Jeff McNeil get on base.
we'll go back.
Do something, you know. I would honestly like if McNeil again, like it happened maybe 3 times this season where it's like he's had good at bats and just gets on base. Like I want to see him just get on base. Like I don't care about anything else. Just get on base. Like go 3 for 4 tonight.
And don't swing at a first pitch above your head.
Yeah.
And pop out to the infield.
Exactly. Which, oh my God, he does that so often this year. Like just choke up, like, you know, hit it into some type of gap. Like that was all you were doing last year's all he did. Like he just choked up and he swung, not even hard, just to somewhere where no one is. You know, like just do that, dude. Like let's go, man.
So you still
I don't know, man. Are you asking me like right now to make the pick? Like,
well, no, you don't have to take the Mets.
I mean, I don't have to.
Just wasn't sure if you were feeling the
Cookie Carrasco. I mean, look at his last 5 starts, 9, 13, 15 earned runs in his last 5 starts.
3 per start.
I mean, I guess it's not horrible if you average it out, but I mean, against St. Louis, he lasted 3 innings and gave up 5.
Right.
Against a really shitty hitting team.
So what's he going to do against Corbin Carroll?
Hasn't last 5 innings in his more than 5 innings in his last 5 starts. So it's like, I mean,
averages?
I suppose so. And it's like, oh, like, you know, you only used Robertson last night and you use him on the back-to-back. So you're not going to use him tonight. Like he's not getting thrown.
They probably, honestly, though, in all seriousness, they actually should because the previous outing was 7 pitches, 1 out.
Yeah.
You need to win. If it's a 1-run game, you can't be putting Brigham in to close it out.
I know.
I mean, he's going to blow it.
He's going to blow it. I don't want to see Brigham at all.
Yeah.
But again, like if Carrasco gives you 5 innings, like I guess you can try and stretch Drew Smith for 2.
And then he
might get fucked up, you know, like, but then it's
Rayleigh.
Rayleigh struggled with velocity and control. Ottavino, you would imagine you want to throw in there for a save opportunity. I think Drew Smith and Ottavino have kind of shared opportunities.
Who do you have more confidence in?
For the save? It's so tough. I guess Ottavino.
But the fact that it's a question
I know,
just shows how disappointing he's been.
Because Drew Smith has had a couple saves. Ottavino, though, hasn't been used a lot and always comes off of rest pretty well.
Right.
And then, you know, we got Grant Hartwig in the mix here, who's actually been a pretty good guy of our bullpen. I think he has a sub 2 ERA. Young, 25-year-old, good arm too. So I'd be happy to throw him in there for a bullpen mix. I'll take the fucking Mets tonight. All right. I guess I'm trying to kind of convincing myself here. But good God, Brian, if they lose,
you're mad at me.
I would be really mad at you, dude. Like I'm probably not gonna show up tomorrow.
I feel like just because I kind of baited you by going.
Yeah. Oh.
You're gonna do this.
So yeah, give me offense, give me Carrasco stretching 5 innings, 3 earned runs, let's say. And then the bullpen, you know, between those, you know, Ottavino, Drew Smith, Hartwig, potentially using Robertson. I mean, Robertson's been great against the Diamondbacks so far, seems to have their number. I don't know how much experience he has pitching against them, but let's go. Let's say Mets win this one. Let's say 5-3.
All
So,
right.
Cookie gives it the 3, but bullpen comes in, locks it down, just like they've been doing, well, they did in the beginning of the season, I guess. So do it, Brian. Put it in. Did you write down and type it in, dude?
I already typed it in.
All right.
I already typed in the Yankees.
Did you type it in
Tony.
this morning, dude?
No. Jay cutting up the
Jay.
watermelon.
Jay, cut it up, dude. Just do it.
Cut it up,
Cut
toast it up,
it
warm
up.
it up. Severino's gonna be back. 6 innings, 2 earned, 6 strikeouts. We'll pick up the W, and I'm gonna keep hammering this home till it happens. Rizzo and Stanton both going yard in a decisive. I think they're gonna, jump over Bradish early. Volpe another couple hits. I'm gonna say 7-3.
Love it.
Yankees over the Orioles, taking 3 out of 4, restoring the good feels that we had for yesterday's game, and a nice opportunity with the Cubbies to finish out, this first half of the year on a positive note, some forward momentum. And like I said, I cannot wait to see Carlos Rodon make his Yankee debut tomorrow
Love
night.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good debut, dude. That's sick. How are we doing on the picks from last night, dude?
33-30.
I gained a game last
You
night.
gained a game. I went 1-2. You went 2-1.
Nice, dude. Yeah, I don't know. It's so funny because I was looking at like last night's games too. I was like how
Miller got popped again, by the way. Bobby Miller.
really?
Yep.
Oh,
7 strikeouts, but I think 4 earned over 5. They still won,
right.
but that was my only victory. But it's but that
That's
young
crazy.
pitchers, it happens.
I feel like we missed had no one picked the Braves over the Guardians. Had we missed that? Astros over the Rockies, missed that.
Habitual things, Tony.
Yeah, I think so, dude. Even the Dodgers over Pittsburgh. I feel like
No,
what?
that's why I picked that one.
Oh, you
That's what I'm
picked,
talking
you
about.
picked
Bobby
the Pirates.
Miller.
That's right, you did pick them.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was a bad move by you, dude.
No, I picked the
That
Dodgers.
was a bad move, dude.
What do you mean they won?
That was just a bad move anyway.
Sounds like you're just trying to make
who
up
else
for
did-
that.
Did you pick the Tampa Bay Rays too?
Yep.
Over the Phillies.
Yep.
Taiwan Walker.
This.
Did he do well? 7 innings, 4 earned runs though, but still won 7 innings.
Should have won that one. But
Yeah, that's tough, dude.
Rays have been kind of mediocre since April, honestly.
I
Just kind
know.
of staying where they were in terms of over 500.
But all right, but let's get to tonight's games here. I got the Mets in 1 game. And I was mentioning all the other games. I mean, Dodgers and Pirates.
This game, that game.
That game. The Rangers over the Boston Red Sox. That's what I'm gonna go for my second pick. You
I
got
would have done it.
Nathan Eovaldi, dude.
Tribute video, definitely.
Really
will actually, in all
absolutely, dude.
seriousness, still happen.
And it's probably gonna be him just striking out like Yankees.
No,
honestly.
it's gonna be when they won the World Series and he closed out a game or two.
I want to say first time back at Fenway.
It might possibly be because I think
Must be.
is this only his first year off of?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it has
Yeah.
to be by default.
So again, tribute video, standing O probably too.
Yeah. Mhm.
And I mean, again, coming off of probably one of his best starts all season against the Astros, 7 innings, no earned runs, 2 hits. Pretty dominant in terms of, again, length and limiting the damage done by a good Astros lineup at 33 years old. You got to appreciate that 2.64 ERA, 10-3 there. For the Rangers so far this season, 112 innings pitched, 106 strikeouts. So strikeout rate is a little down this season, but again, as we see so often in these older pitchers, resorting to, trying to get ground outs, line outs, stuff like that, conserving their pitches as well. Up against a Cutter Crawford, obviously a young pitcher coming through the Red Sox organization, 3.92 ERA, bullpen guy for the most part. Has a few starts this season. But I still would think that Texas with their offense could kind of pop this guy, I feel. The Red Sox split this series so far. I thought the Rangers won. But they're going to win the series anyway. So give me the Rangers here tonight. I mean, Eovaldi, again, great outing. I'd say the Rangers win this one. Let's say 4-1.
All right.
Do it. Put it in, dude. Put it in.
I already put it in. Going first 2 picks from yesterday, running it back. Gonna go with the Dodgers. Urias, his ERA is almost 5, and we know he's a better pitcher than that. And I think it's a good opportunity against Oviedo, the former Cardinal. I think the offense gets going. Max Muncy, I could see hitting a dinger, maybe Freddie as well. But I think the Dodgers roll, take 3 out of 4, potentially with a Mets win. The Dodgers, with a win of their own, would be a half game back of Arizona for first place in the West. So that's a position many expected them already to be into. But I'm sure they will eventually overtake them, you would think. But I think Urias gives them 6 shutout innings, and I think the Dodgers are going to defeat the Pirates, let's say 6-1.
Okay. Going for my last pick here. Third and final. You think the Phillies are going to sweep the Rays, dude?
No way.
Right? Rays on a 4-game losing streak, though.
Not going to lose 5. No way.
You don't think so?
Nope. You don't take my will.
Bullpen guy. Sean Armstrong.
115 ERA. How about that?
It's pretty good, dude.
Didn't even need to look at the screen. I already knew it.
You probably looked it up before.
Remembered it, though.
All right, give me the Rays, dude. You'll get someone like Armstrong here. Obviously, I don't think has a start.
Not much of a game.
That much of a
He's
game.
Just an opener. Yeah.
He actually has 1 start. I guess
As an
this
opener.
year. Right. As an opener here. But you got his, last few appearances here. Seattle, 2 innings, 2 Ks, no earned runs. Arizona, 2 innings, 1 earned run, 3 Ks. Obviously, Kansas City absolutely cleaning them up there. So you expect to get, maybe 2-3 innings out of him. And hopefully with no earned runs. But as the Rays work a bullpen game, they're going to be up against Christopher Sanchez, young pitcher coming out of the Phillies organization. 0-2 though on the season. Has I think 4 starts so far this season, 19 and a third inning, pitched 7 earned runs, 20 Ks though, only 4 walks. So I guess has some command, but obviously gives up probably a little bit too many runs they want. And I just think, I don't know, I could just see Schwarber just striking out all day here. Just maybe Phillies, no offense. Castellanos maybe with a couple of hits, but give me the Rays here. I say they win, avoid the sweep, break a 4-game losing streak. I say they score 5 runs or give up 3 in somewhat of a tight game. So 5-3 Rays.
The last pick.
What do you got?
Cardinals have embarrassed themselves. They continue that tonight. Flaherty, it seems like he's done. He's never going to be that Jack Flaherty. Yuri Perez popped last time he was out on the mound, but has been outstanding. And I think against an inconsistent Cardinals team, he should have no problems. And this is a game that the Marlins, despite their lack of offense, can win 3-0. I think that's what happens. I think Jorge Soler, first inning, 3-run homer, propelling the Marlins to the win. Perez, 12 Ks over 6, looking like Oliver Perez back with the Mets back in, what was it, 07? 06?
07.
Did you used to like him at one point, Perez, before he kind of...
Oh, yeah, of course, dude. I mean, how do you not?
The stuff was ridiculous.
I know. It was crazy.
And he had a very odd career, though. Like, dominant with the Pirates. Maybe it was like 05 or 04. Brutal. Like, they almost had to release him. And then was great with the Mets for a couple of years. Then was terrible. And then, like, retired like 2 years ago and was like a 1-inning reliever for like 10 years.
It's crazy. Like, I don't get it.
The trajectory, Tony. Unbelievable. I just remember playing with him in 2K7 baseball for Xbox 360.
What a throwback.
And the stuff that he had was, I mean, he had like 6 pitches.
Wow.
They were all ridiculous. The movement, it was pretty awesome.
So of that game?
No, I probably threw it out.
Threw it out?
Probably. I know. That's illegal here. I think I did it, honestly, I would say, before I knew you guys. But I definitely threw out the Xbox 360.
Wow.
Yeah. I know it would have been parked here for Gaming Corner.
Definitely
would have fit right in.
Probably would have played 2K7.
Yeah, you know how you already know, Tony. I don't even need to say. It's not that I'm hating it. It just me. I need the new game. Like it's like I don't know.
I know when you have the show 23, dude.
It is tough though. I don't know. But I feel like you're different though. Even if you have every single new game, like the nostalgia you like.
Absolutely, dude.
I did enjoy pitching with El Duque in the EFIS pitch for the Mets, actually.
Oh, that is so cool. Yeah. Again, like I think I have MLB The Show 06 for my PSP down there. PSP, dude. I popped it in, like, I think when we were like cleaning or whatever, dude. Like Carlos Delgado, like, oh, so sick.
Were you an El Duque guy?
Yeah, of course.
Really
not,
a
dude?
legend.
Yeah.
And it was sick too, because like regular season for the Yankees anyway, like was mediocre, but then was just like lights out in the playoffs.
Gary Sheffield.
Gary Sheffield,
Oh,
the exit velocity. He was Stanton before Stanton.
that's true.
Yeah, those were the heydays, Tony. That's for sure.
So cool.
So I think it will be an interesting night of baseball. Hopefully, we can get 2 New York wins. But the only other thing I wanted to mention here is Seamus Power has seized the outright lead here at 6 under par through 10. As I mentioned before, started on the back. You got Grayson Sig solo second, 5 under through 12. And then tied at 4 under, Jonas Blixt and Bo Hostler. So they are 2 shots back of the lead. And then you have a bunch of golfers at 3 under par. And for whatever reason, other than Zach Johnson, and I actually will just do a quick check on him, none of the people we picked have golfed. They all have like the late tee times today.
How do they decide that? What's the deal with that?
There's certain criteria. I do think it has to do with some type of standing on the tour. And I want to say, like, they not always, but it does seem like they give the veteran guys, more established guys, late early rather than early late.
Is there an advantage to that?
You see how the course plays out while everyone else is going the first day.
Very
Second
true.
day, you get out there early, know what to expect, that type of thing. I know weather, pin placements are different every day, but
That's pretty sick, though. That's cool.
yeah. So should be interesting. But other than that, Tony, anything else here you wanted to mention before we wrap up?
No, I think that's it, dude.
What a day. What a life. We have the remote. We're hydrated.
Dude,
Thanks to Renee.
this is huge. Still kind of hot in here, though.
Do we have a temperature reading?
I have it set to 67.
But it's probably 77.
Probably.
Not 77, but it's probably 70.
73?
Yeah, give or take.
Which is kind of ridiculous.
Due time, though.
I mean, it's like...
I'm about to go see Sharon, actually, so I could mention something.
Yeah,
if you want me to pass any messages along or anything.
yeah, I can give you one.
Oh, man. But once again, really would like to thank everybody for tuning in, continuing to comment, like, and subscribe. All of the archives on the YouTube page, Tony, Michael, Renee in costume, the merch at downtimetv.com. We want everybody to enjoy the day, enjoy the games. Let's go Yankees.
Go Mets.
And we will see you mañana.
Hey guys, Tony here from Downtime TV checking in. I want to thank all our fans out there who's been liking, subscribing, sharing our content. You guys are the best. You guys are our bloodline. You make us love what we do. Thanks again.